At some 35 minutes after 6, I'll tell you what the newspapers are reporting as captured by myjoyonline.com. We're starting off with the Daily Graphic newspaper. No end to doomsday as Tema power units go down. ECG sheds 600 megawatts. It says the country's power situation, which saw a significant improvement in recent times, is beginning to make a negative U-turn as the mined reserve plant and other thermal units in Tema are down as a result of low gas pressure in the pipeline from Nigeria. Are we still thinking a deadline of 2015? Former Presby Moderator resigns. The decision of the Presbyterian Church of Ghana to recall its immediate past moderator, the Very Reverend Dr. Frimpong Manso, as part of measures to cut ties with the Presbyterian Church of the United States of America over same-sex marriage took another twist yesterday with the former moderator resigning from the church. This is a bit old, isn't it? Because there are new angles to this, which I will tell you when I'm checking out what the news portals are reporting. There's a different twist to this. Ajet Nassam dribbles disciplinary committee again. That's another headline here. One of the implicated judges in the judicial bribery scandal, Justice John Ajet Nassam, yesterday for the third time failed to show up before the disciplinary committee set up to investigate the matter. We know that. We're looking for him because apparently nobody knows where he is. Daily Guide newspaper, Ajet runs away over Anas's 16,000 Ghana cedis bribe. That's the way they decide to headline this one. Accra Mall sued. So Starmark Limited, a tenant of Accra Mall Limited, Ghana's foremost shopping destination, has filed a suit at the High Court over attempt to compel it to file and declare its monthly turnovers. That's interesting. Presby Moderator quits. Okay, so why is this coming up again in the newspapers? Because I think Adum FM reported it first just when it happened with a letter. Details of that early this week. But I don't know. I told you there's a different twist to it that I'll be bringing to you. The weekend finals treat mental patients to rise. The number of mentally challenged patients roaming the streets in the country could increase the fees at the Accra Psychiatric Hospital. Not sure if I quite understand the story, but if you're interested, you can grab the paper and read in details to get a clearer understanding of it. Poor living conditions can spell doom. Director of the Center for Migration Studies of the University of Ghana, Dr. Delali M. Badasu, has warned that the current living conditions of locals in the Sekondi Takoradi metropolis could lead to social agitations if government does not take immediate corrective action. We move on to the General Telegraph newspaper. President Mohammed goes on marathon tour. So the paper reports that the president, who is crisscrossing the country to seek the mandate of the party members ahead of the November 7 presidential and parliamentary elections of the NDC, has touted the democratic credentials of his party. Also, Dr. Frimpong Manso resigns as moderator of the Presbyterian Church. Still don't understand why the newspapers are picking this angle up now. The Business and Financial Times newspaper, will 40-year blueprint survive NDC? While Dr. Moy Thompson and his charges at the NDPC, okay, so this is supposed to be NDPC, not NDC, I believe they are trying to put an end to decades of reactive planning in Ghana. The opposition NPP has made no secret it's a lack of admiration for the effort. You can continue to read the details. PPP law to address infrastructure gap. The draft public-private partnership law currently will make room for accountability and transparency so as to ensure projects are executed by leveraging public and private sector resources in order to close the infrastructure gap and deliver efficient public infrastructure and services. Lots of beautiful words. If you're interested, you can grab the paper and read the details. So there you have it, some of the headlines as captured by myjoyonline.com. You can go over to the newsstands and read the papers in details, grab what you're interested in. But I will take you back to myjoyonline.com. There's this story I want us to get a better understanding of. Technical problems in Ghana. Nigeria escalate power crisis. And the story says, Fresh technical problems with the Volta River Authority have crippled the company's ability to generate power, triggering fears that the power supply situation could grow from bad to worse. The VRA plants in the Western region are currently only able to generate 150 megawatts out of a maximum of about 600 megawatts because of technical faults. Now, there are people who are interpreting this whole thing differently. Remember the situation we had with Nigeria? Some people say, really, Nigeria has probably cut gas supply to us. That's why we're experiencing what we're experiencing. But Ghana Gas explains it differently. The VRA also has its own explanation to make. But the bottom line is we are experiencing it. The situation has totally worsened. Now you experience proper doomso, because even when you're off for about 12 hours, it goes off like 3 times within that 12 hours. Amazing. Can we look at this problem and prioritize it and fix it? Voices of a lot of Ghanaians today. Okay, we'll go to City FM Online, still on the power crisis to get worse. This is the ECG angle, and the story says that the current power crisis is expected to worsen again as utility providers struggle to keep the lights on for domestic and industrial consumers. This is due to some technical problems with the VRA's power plants in the Western region. Almost kind of like the same story. Let's look at this Presby issue. And Presby Church lied. I've not been called after resigning. That's the former moderator talking here. Let's get a better understanding of this. The very Reverend Dr. Yao Frimpong Mansell, the immediate past moderator of the Presbyterian Church of Ghana, is insisting that no one from the church has asked him to reconsider his resignation from the church. And this is quote, I would say it's a total lie if they had taken such a decision. I've never heard of it. Nobody has spoken to me since the time they started writing to me regarding my call back to Ghana. None of the elders, minister of or leaders of the church has called me personally on phone to speak to me on the matter. I want to emphasize clearly that the first thing is for people to be truthful. Nobody has written to me to rescind my decision. But here's the thing to the very Reverend Dr. Yao Frimpong Mansell. I mean, if you've resigned, you've resigned. I'm not sure anybody should call you back, because I'm sure you thought about it. You want to stay in the US and be with the Presby Church there in New York. I'm sure that's fair enough. Maybe we're looking into the issues too much. Let it be. Everybody has got problems. Whether you're a Christian, Muslim, or you don't believe in God, everybody has problems. We just hope that the Presby Church, which I'm proud to belong, would get over this issue quickly. Get this off. Okay, let's go to South Africa. This is the BBC, and this is a developing story which takes different angles every day. South African University students charged with violence. Let's go down and read the story. 29 South Africans have been charged with public violence amid the biggest student protest to hit the country since apartheid ended in 1994. Police again fired stun grenades to disperse students in Cape Town a day after protesters stormed the parliamentary complex. Thousands also descended on the governing party's headquarters in the main city, Johannesburg. The students are angry with the proposed increase in tuition fees. All right, so that's it for you. You can continue to check out the pictures as well. More details on the site. For me, here, that's it for what we brought to you. You can just hit on the website, click on the stories in details, and read for yourself. But it is my prayer and my hope that you go to the newsstands and grab the newspapers. Stay with us. We'll bring you some sports. And then we'll get into our cancer conversation. If you've got comments you want to share, why not? You're always welcome. Just go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Joy News on TV. Keep those comments coming through.